We are going through exercise 6E, and in this video we'll be answering question 1A, which says, using the method of horizontal and vertical translations, sketch the graph of each of the following. And here's the cubic function that we need to sketch. Before we dive into this question, let's just bring this up and have a good look at this. It tells us for the graph of a cubic function of the form, and here's the form, the point of inflection is at coordinate hk. So that's the first thing we're going to do when trying to figure out how to graph the following function. We're going to find that point of inflection. So let's grab the pen and write in point of inflection. Point of inflection. And in this case, my point of inflection, as you can see here, this is a x minus h plus k. My h is not negative, it is positive, and my k is the same sign. So over here, because I have plus 2, it's going to be negative 2, and it's going to be negative 1. That means now I can come to my graph and I can put this point in. It's going to be somewhere here, negative 2, negative 1. So that right there is going to be my point of inflection. The next thing that we're going to find is my x and y intercepts. So let's begin by finding the x-intercept, which is going to occur when y equals 0. So just like you would normally do, you're going to make y equals 0 and then solve for x. X plus 2 cubed minus 1. 1 equals x plus 2 cubed. 1 equals x plus 2. So at this step right here, actually, let me get rid of those brackets. I have cube rooted both sides. I've cube rooted this side to get rid of my power of 3, and I've cube rooted this side 2. So the cube root of 1 is simply 1. Now I'm just going to minus 2 from both sides, and I'm going to wind up with negative 1 equals x, which tells me that therefore my x-intercept is going to occur at negative 1 and 0. So now I could come over here and I could put that in right there. And let me just put an arrow there because I think I'm going to run out of room. This is going to be negative 1, 0. Next, I'm going to find my y-intercept. Let me just get out a new color for this one. So my y-intercept is going to occur when x equals 0. So let me do the calculation for that now. It's going to be y equals 0 plus 2 cubed minus 1, which will be y equals 2 cubed minus 1, which will be y equals 8 minus 1, which will be y equals 7. So therefore, it is going to be 0, 7. Now we can come over here and we can put that in. So it's going to be really high up. It's going to be like up here. 0, 7. Now that we have all that, let's see if we can give this a sketch. I always find sketching these quite difficult, so bear with me here. It's going to go up. Then my gradient is going to be 0 at this point. It's a stationary point, so it should stop there. Then it's going to go up, 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 until it crosses at that point. Now that isn't the greatest graph in the world, I will give you that, but it's the best I can do. So your graph should look something like that. It should have this general shape, the shape of a cubic function. And yeah, try to make this as sleek as possible in terms of making sure that this right here, if you can picture walking up a hill, this should be where it levels off. And then it starts to get steeper again. But I might leave that there. Hopefully this video is helpful in drawing this cubic.